Have you ever come back from a trip, only to find your home reduced to a pile of broken timber and concrete? Because that's exactly what happened to me. My name is Michael Turner, and for nearly 20 years my family owned a peaceful lake cabin tucked away in northern Minnesota. It wasn't a mansion. It wasn't worth millions. But every summer, every Thanksgiving, and every Christmas, 3 generations of my family gathered there. My father taught me to fish from that dock. My daughter learned to paddle a canoe on that lake. Every corner of that cabin carried memories no amount of money could replace. Several years ago, a luxury lakeside subdivision was built nearby. With it came a brand new homeowners association. Our cabin had existed long before the HOA, and legally, it was never part of the neighborhood. At first, everyone got along. Then a new HOA board was elected. Their president, Sandra Collins, believed every property near the lake should contribute to the HOA's maintenance fund. One afternoon I received a letter demanding annual HOA fees. The amount wasn't huge, but the principle mattered. I called the HOA office. "There must be a mistake," I said. "My cabin isn't in your association." Sandra answered calmly. "Everyone benefiting from the lake should pay. I own my own shoreline." "You still use roads maintained by the community?" "No, I use the county access road." She paused. "Our attorney disagrees." I requested proof. Weeks passed. Instead of documentation, more invoices arrived. Then came late fees, collection notices, interest charges. Eventually, they claimed I owed nearly $12,000. I hired a local attorney. He reviewed every property record. The conclusion was simple. My cabin was completely outside the HOA boundary. There was no covenant, no deed restriction, no membership agreement. Legally, I owed them nothing. He sent a formal letter demanding they stop contacting me. The HOA ignored it. Months later, I traveled to Colorado for work. While I was away, my phone started exploding with missed calls. Neighbors, friends, even the county sheriff's office. I answered one call. The first words I heard changed everything. "Michael, they tore your cabin down." I thought it was a joke. It wasn't. I drove through the night. When I arrived, only the stone chimney remained standing. Everything else, gone. The dock damaged, furniture crushed, family photographs buried beneath splintered wood. I couldn't believe what I was seeing. A demolition company was still loading debris into trucks. I asked the foreman who authorized the work. He handed me a packet. The paperwork listed the HOA as a client. According to their documents, the structure had been removed because of unpaid association obligations. I immediately called the county sheriff. Deputies arrived within minutes. After reviewing my deed, one deputy looked at the demolition foreman. "Did anyone verify ownership?" The foreman slowly shook his head. "We relied on the client's paperwork." The deputies stopped all work immediately. Nothing else was removed. The next morning, county investigators arrived. Building officials, property record specialists, even the county attorney. They compared the HOA documents against official land records. The problem became obvious. The HOA had submitted maps that incorrectly included my cabin inside their boundaries, but official county records showed the opposite. Investigators wanted to know something. Who changed the maps? Over the following weeks, forensic document experts examined every filing. Digital records revealed that someone had altered boundary exhibits before presenting them to the demolition contractor. County investigators traced the changes back to files prepared for the HOA board. Sandra insisted it was a misunderstanding. But emails told a different story. One message read, "Once the cabin is gone, ownership disputes become easier." That single sentence changed the entire investigation. Search warrants followed. Computers were seized. Financial records examined. Board meeting minutes reviewed. The demolition company fully cooperated. They admitted they never independently confirmed ownership because they trusted the HOA's legal package. The county attorney called it one of the most serious property rights violations the office had handled. Civil lawsuits quickly followed. The demolition company settled its portion of the case after admitting negligence. The HOA wasn't as fortunate. Insurance refused to cover intentional misconduct. Homeowners learned their association could now face millions in damages. Emergency meetings filled every seat. Residents demanded explanations. Many had never even heard about the demolition until it appeared on the evening news. Sandra tried blaming attorneys, then consultants, then clerical errors. Investigators presented the emails. The room became silent. Within days, Sandra resigned. 2 additional board members followed. Months later, the court ruled completely in my favor. The HOA was ordered to compensate me for the cabin, personal property, emotional damages were permitted, legal expenses, and reconstruction costs. The total judgment exceeded $4 million. But something mattered even more. The county permanently strengthened review procedures for private property demolitions. From that day forward, no demolition permit involving disputed ownership could move forward without independent title verification. A year later, my family gathered beside a brand-new lake cabin built on the same foundation. It looked different, stronger, safer, but one thing hadn't changed. The view across the lake at sunset. As we watched the water shimmer beneath the evening sky, my daughter asked whether I still felt angry. I smiled. No, because they destroyed a building. They couldn't destroy what made it home. Sometimes people think property rights are just paperwork, lines on a map, legal documents stored in filing cabinets. They're wrong. Property rights protect memories, families, generations, and when someone believes they can erase those rights with a signature, sooner or later, the investigation begins.